Okay, so then the repository is being made here. And then we have our README file. So when you are working with GitKraken, you're going to, let's see, let's go back here, start from the beginning. We're going to click on the folder, and we're going to click clone, and then github.com. So you should, when you sign up for GitKraken, you'll be matched up with your username. You'll sign in through GitHub, and then you can click on your repository. So the repository I'm clicking on is lecture example, and I want it to go on the pathway. Let's see, where do I want to put it? I'll put it in my lecture.js folder that I made. So I'll do users, Cassandra Matos, desktop, and lecture.js. So now I can clone the repo. If you don't know your pathway, you can just browse and pick it. So if I went that route, I go to desktop, and then I want to go to lecture.js, and I open it there. Then I can clone my repo. And here you can, oh, here we go. And then here you can see the master branch in our initial commit. So if we look here, we can see that we are on the master branch. Now, if I were to make changes to my file, so let's go here. If I go to JS and I writing something, I'll save that. And then I also want to create a new file called new file.text. And then if we go back here, we see that there is this dotted circle. Essentially what that dotted circle is saying, there are some changes that have been made that need to be staged. So if we click on that, we can see that there are some files. These files listed are all the files that have been changed. So we want to stage a file. So let's say I wanted to stage my new file. It goes into the staged files, and then I want to write a description of what happened. So I'll just say created new file. I'll commit changes, and then we have that. Now, if I wanted to stage the README, I would say updated README file. Then I'd commit those changes. So here you can see the changes made and the commitments made. So let's say that I wanted to create a branch off this. Let's say I have Cindy jumping in on my project. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to create a branch, and I'll call it Cindy. And there we have two branches. So if I go and let's say I made some changes to Cindy's version, right? We're looking at it locally on Cindy's. She made some changes, and I want to edit my commit message. And I say changed. Then we see that that was changed on the master here, right? And also changed. Well, it's not changed on the master. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's changed on Cindy's version, but it's not changed on the master. So you can see here. Now, if I wanted to merge Cindy's changes to master, let's say she created her new feature and it's working, it's good to go, it's ready to go back into the main file, we can click on this, click on master, and we can merge, wait, we want to, oops. Merge master into Cindy. So there we go, we have the merge successful. And there are more detailed instructions on the curriculum, but essentially this is what you'll be doing when you're working with different partners and things of that nature. Usually when I'm working alone, I'd like to just do a bunch of commits and then not push until it's completely done, which takes me to the push. So if we click push, we're just going to push it. And Cindy has been pushed to origin. So if we go and look at our GitHub repo, refresh this, we see that that was done here. So there you can see how to use Git Kraken with the interface of, use GitHub with the interface of Git Kraken. So as you saw me, I created a repo by creating an account and then doing a README. I made my changes, I stayed my changes, then I committed message and I pushed. Then we have our branching off. This is essentially, you want to do that when you want to create a branch, is essentially when you have a new feature to a project. And it also helps keep track of changes being made for the new feature without impacting the main branch. So as I said earlier, let's say Tom was working on something that wasn't working properly. Instead of breaking the whole code, he just works in his local environment. And that wraps up my lecture for today. If you still have any questions, please Slack me at cassandra.matos or email me at cassandra.matos-mendez@codercamps.com. Thank you for attending, and I hope you have a great day.